You want to continue as you were saying about?
Yeah, I had a tough moment this week. I know we talked about some stuff last week, but I think this week I was just at the beach with my husband and just watching all these kids everywhere running around and playing and splashing and building sandcastles and it was adorable and sweet and precious. And then I feel like I was just like admiring all of that, and then all of a sudden it just brought me like insurmountable like agony, and I just broke down on the beach, which was really embarrassing, because I think it had a lot to do with the fact that my husband and I found out this week when we went to the fertility specialist that our chances of having children are very small. He gave us like a 2% chance of being able to do it on our own. So yeah, I guess I just lost it.
And that's sorry to hear that. It's an intense moment, to have such a desire. It's a natural God given desire to be a mother and to have a child. So he said, how much of a percent chance?
2%.
So there's some hope
Yeah.
in that. What do you? I mean, is your husband kind of? How did he feel after?
He was upset, but I feel like we handle our emotions so differently that I, kind of wear my emotions on my sleeve, and what I'm feeling when I'm feeling it. But he's much more internal, so I feel like we, both cried about it together. But then, like after that moment, and maybe he's still thinking about it, but to me, it felt like it was like a moment of emotion and then nothing. And I feel like I am feeling that emotion over and over and over all day, every day.
Last week you had mentioned about your faith in Jesus, and the big picture of still a possibility, 2% chance that it can happen. Being a woman of faith, have you been praying about it? Have you been praying with friends or talking with the Lord about it?
Yeah, I have, and I know that like the 2% chance is there's still a chance, but there's this part of me, even though no matter how much I pray or no matter how much I talk to others about it, and just for counsel or for support, I feel like I'm just getting to this place that it's hard for me to be hopeful, and I'm just angry.
What are you angry about?
I'm angry that I can't have the things that I want. That for some women, it's so easy to get pregnant, and for me, it has been a struggle for a year and a half now. And to find out that it's going to continue to be a struggle, that it's not going to be easy for me, and there's a very good chance that I may never have children of my own. That I just feel like it's not fair, and it just it makes me angry with God sometimes that He would take that away.
Totally understandable. You say you're angry with God. Biblically speaking, did you know that some of the great patriarchs of the faith, Abraham and Sarah, God said that He was going to give them the child. They had to wait 25 years. John the Baptist's parents were unable to have a child for years and years and years. And also Samuel the prophet, his mother, she cried before the Lord. She came to the prophet begging God to give her a son. So there were people throughout history as well, but in biblical history, that weren't able to have a child. And it's okay to be angry, even to take those feelings of frustration and verbalize them to God, and to continue to have that dialogue, and with a hope-filled expectation that He's going to meet you in the way. But it's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel the pain. It's okay to process it. The question is, or what we need to work on or focus on, is the fact that until it changes, what do you think you can do to help your own heart maybe kind of be revived and feel hopeful? Is there, because there's an old prayer, the serenity prayer says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. And you cannot necessarily, don't have the power to change it. But he says, grant me the courage to change the things that I can, which is you as a person, and not allowing that anger and pain to take life from you, but to help you kind of be okay with yourself. Do you feel at some level that you're a victim, or that you did something wrong? Did any of those thoughts come to you?
I mean, I think throughout the process, I've had moments of feeling like it's my fault. Even when we went to the fertility specialist, it's not my husband that has the problem, it's me. And so I feel like in a lot of ways that I'm the one who's flawed, and I'm the one that has the problem, and it's my body that won't work right. And I think as a woman, it challenges my identity as a woman and my femininity to not be able to have a child, to not be able to do the things that a woman's body should do. And I just feel wrecked by all of those thoughts and things that just fly in and out of my mind daily.
And it's absolutely a natural response. I've had other women come into my office with a similar issue, and I have to do the research on the exact numbers, but you're not alone in that feeling. Another thing is, my mother was unable to have children, and just to maybe bring some hope, she's waited 16 years, and she adopted 2 children, my older brothers, and then she prayed. She met the Lord, and somebody gave her a book on prayer, and she started to pray. Then I came into the world that way. So there is hope. There is always hope. The 2% chance, they were told it was less than that through the doctors. And so I just wanted to kind of try to encourage you to stay hopeful in the process. Have you guys considered or even thought about or talked about the possibility of adopting? Or is that something you're even open to? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think we are open to adopting. I think it's just the fact that, getting through, the grieving and, putting to rest the fact that, it's not going to happen the way we wanted it to happen, or the way that we thought it was going to happen.
And rightfully so. There's sometimes grieving is a process, and there's nothing that really one could say to speed up that process. The goal would be to carry your heart in a way that doesn't allow you to beat up, because there's sometimes no explanation for medically or biologically why it is, and so we want to kind of help you cope and deal healthy as you can without feeling like beating yourself up or carrying the weight of something that's out of your control. So do you have some other resources or prayer partners or people you can talk with as these feelings arise?
I do. I mean, I have my best friend. She doesn't live here, but we talk really frequently, and she's been really helpful just to process, some of my thoughts that honestly I'm afraid what other people will think if I told them. But I feel like I think still at times as helpful as my relationship is with her, it's, she has kids, there's a certain part of what I'm going through that she'll never understand, and that I guess that she'll never understand, and that's hard. And I feel like she too, I can tell, wants me to be more hopeful than I am. But in this moment and in this place, hope is hard. And I know that I'm a Christian and I definitely like have hope in the Lord, and I know that He has like a plan for my life. But as far as like hoping that things will work out the way that I want them to, I have almost none. And I feel like that's the hard thing for her to understand, and I think for other people to understand.
So you have at least somebody you can talk to. You do have a friend that'll listen.
Mm-hmm.
She might not understand at an emphatic level as being in the same position or same boat as you, but obviously she loves you, and there's people that care for you. That's a good thing, and that's healthy for you to process. And I think you're looking. It sounded like you're looking for somebody that would understand more, that actually been where you're at, and maybe I don't know. Again, I have to resource to see if there's a group, or maybe some women in the church, or an online forum even, where you can find some hope to talk with people that are going through what you're going through. Would you be interested in doing something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
That way you can get some perspective and kind of fight together with people of like minds. That's good.